be careful about promotion. I'm watching some videos about the scandal with Dr. Michael Brown, and they're talking about not only what he did, but his son-in-law, who was still getting promoted to like run schools and do all these ministry things. And it's just causing me to kind of sum it up, and also what's happened with Mike Bickle. I've been talking about that, but be careful about promotion, power, and pride. And these things are not, certainly the pride part and kind of this above the law power, which can also come when you get promoted. These things are not biblical. There is godly promotion and being elevated in the body of Christ. But again, we're in the West. We have a Western corporate structure. We hire people. We bring someone in to run our ministry school, to take charge of our ministry, to accomplish these results that the board of directors wants. And we're kind of putting the mission above the person, the mission above the well-being of people around them or their own family. How many ministers lose their family even in the midst of their mission and hard work? So I think we actually need to have a word of caution about that. And I can see where getting promoted to having these positions and like these mission, like you're charged to do this and accomplish this goal and raise our enrollment or get all these, people to come to our school or go to our conference, whatever it is, you are then charged and getting paid to do that thing. And it can be easy to cut corners. Or also, the more you're traveling around, the bigger your name is, that's very destabilizing. I've had a year or two of my life where I was doing kind of intense or very, very regular amounts of travel. And it was fine. I was a single man. It was kind of cool at first, but it gets old real quick. And now that I'm married, I would never want to be living that kind of life where I was just traveling on the go all the time and in different cities all over the place. Again, it was kind of fun for a season, but that's not how our life is designed. You notice Paul, traveling all the time, was a single man. He was a missionary, single. So I gotta say, if you're living that kind of life, you're promoted and you're traveling, and everywhere you go, people think you're great, you're speaking at all these churches, doing all this stuff, no one's really around to know you, to see into you, and to kind of hold you accountable and go, hey, how are you really doing? So when I kind of look back, it's the promotion and the power that can lead to pride. And that can be a recipe for disaster. Sexual misconduct, clergy sexual abuse, other abuses of power. And then we have the cover-up, because the powerful people that are around you or that appointed you or are working with you, they don't want to have to pull you out of that position. They don't want to have to face what they did or didn't do to hold you accountable, or even that they hired you in the first place, or they ignored the warning signs. It's kind of a wreck. And that's what I get into in some other videos about addressing the structure of the church. So that's what I want to say. I think it's really important to look for these warning signs of power, pride, and promotion. Again, having some power is not bad, but the people that wield it well, like in the underground church in the Middle East or China, they're just wholehearted servants of Jesus. And I've heard some of them speak, and just the way they're speaking, they don't want you to know their name. It's probably illegal, and they don't want the profile. And they're the most humble, like, yeah, hey, we raised up these churches. I'm so excited for what they're doing. And they want to talk about others. They want to make others great. They're not out to toot their own horn. They don't have their names on billboards. That's kind of the way to do it. I see this pattern emerging, or this pattern being exposed. And maybe it's a dynamic being broken in the church. And I would be happy about that. It's sad. We've enjoyed having big speakers, and I've been to big conferences and all that. But apparently, it's not working so well. And I think it's time that we confronted that. So take care. God bless you today. Hope to see you again soon.